I'm going to take some cuttings, and I'm going to use a method that I don't use very often, but I've been assured will work really easily. I'm going to take cuttings. I've taken some bits of rosemary, thyme, and some salvias, and I'm going to try rooting them in water. I'll just show you how to prepare one of the cuttings, and that will give you an idea how to do them all. So we're scraping off all of those lower leaves from this rosemary. Maybe a few more leaves there, because those leaves will transpire before it develops its roots, and maybe rot. And then I'm going to take out the tip, the growing tip there. There, that's it. And I will do all the others for the thyme and the salvia just the same. I'm just going to crush the stems of the rosemary a bit, because it gives the cutting a greater surface from which to root. I've cut each one just below a leaf bud. Okay, they're prepared now, and all it remains for me to do is to pop them into little pots of water. Like that. You don't want the leaves in the water, just their stems, if you can manage it. Whoops, those are sinking a little bit. What I might do is tuck some tissue paper in the bottom to hold those up a little bit. And the salvias as well. There we are. And hopefully, in a few weeks of those pots sitting on a bright windowsill inside, I'll see roots starting to develop. Now, how easy is that? Right, so it's about 6 weeks further on from when I first put my cuttings into water, and you'll see that the thyme has now rooted nicely in the water. I shall fill some pots with some compost, to which quite a lot of gritty sand has been added, so that they're quite free draining, to about 2/3 of the way up. And then I will take my cuttings very carefully and arrange them onto the soil. Very gently, like that. Roots that have been developed in water tend to be very brittle, so you must be very, very careful with them initially when you first put them into soil. I'll have 3 in each pot. And then I will arrange soil up around those roots, again very, very carefully, taking up any large bits and being careful not to break the roots. And then I'm going to water that very thoroughly, remembering that they have been used to a very wet environment, until the water comes out into the tray at the bottom there. It's just beginning to come, and I will keep that soil very moist until I can see signs that my cuttings have rooted properly into the soil. I'll keep it on a sunny, bright place until then.